Test, 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 test. Hopefully it is working. Things are moving. Simon, say something.
Hey, 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 what's up, people?
All right. So we have Rightmad Ben playing Apocalypse against ShadowMarvel's, I'm assuming Steve 3 Avengers. I thought he was going to end up playing Monsters, but unfortunately he's not ready to do that just yet. So he's going to stick to his Steve 3, and I think he's going to be bringing Jane Foster, who he wishes was Avengers affiliated, into this game. Mike Whalen, I'm joined here by Simon Vodkablitz from the Montreal Shark Tank.
Yeah, and looking at Matthew's list, I'm already pretty hyped to see my boy Cyclops. Love the inclusion in Steve 3. I think the wild hit getting pretty hyped and Ricochet is super good, and I'm glad he sees more play now.
Yep.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh, Nick, you're here.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh, you didn't miss anything.
Ooh, the shiny Apocalypse card is in the mod.
For real?
Oh,
yeah,
is it?
Yeah, look on Ben's side.
That's awesome. I just got mine the other day. Oh, baby.
Nice.
I can't see any of the rest of his list. That's just a glitch that I've been having lately in TTS when I join other rooms. But I can see
Oh,
Matthew's.
yeah. I am seeing Ben's list.
All right,
Huh.
so you can read us off Ben's list in a second here. We could see Matthew's list here. I'm going to say standard D3 as if there was a standard D3, but I think Sooner is kind of setting that standard. Jane is exciting. That's just a fan favorite of Matthew's or ShadowMarvel's. So what am I not seeing here, Simon? I see the Gold Apocalypse, which is all that matters. What else is in Ben's list?
All right, on Ben's side, we have Archangel, Beast, Cable, Colossus, Deadpool, Honey Badger, Psylocke, Sabretooth, and Toad.
Oh, good, he has Toad. I'm assuming this is Ben's WTC list.
I am not going to speak for them.
Is Ben was Ben bringing like slow scoring secures?
Ben
What's he running
is
for that?
having Scoundrels, Swords, and Demons. So kind of
Like sword base?
yes, Sword Base,
Wow, that's
Scoundrels, and Demons. That's very
I can see it.
uncharacteristic of Ben.
And I
yeah.
can see it. Apocalypse. I think he'll be good on pay to flip.
Yeah, I agree. He's good on pay to flips. I'm just surprised to hear sword base specifically. That's a scary one. I thought like
With two
mutant
of
madmen, higher threat.
You're still probably playing 3 or 4 wide. You have Toad and
Yep.
affiliation, so you can
Yep.
do comfortably like Apocalypse, Toad. You're at 8. So what? 4 and a 3. You already have your 3 horsemen. You have a bunch of mobile models with like Beasts, Deadpool, Psylocke, Toad, Archangel. Like you can get all over the place.
I don't think it'd be my choice, but I can see it working.
Okay, I have not streamed since the TTS final, so I'm trying to remember how I did my comments down below. We're gonna figure this out while they're setting up. Let's see. So you guys can entertain us while I figure that out.
I love Jane. In Steve 3, I absolutely love Jane because all her triggers are pretty good on her attacks. So, yeah, I think that's a pretty cool inclusion.
I agree. Personally, I'm all here for Cyclops. Just being able to guarantee that push and
Yep.
or ricochet, especially like since they're kind of pretty likely already. So the turn you get it normally, you don't spend your leadership, and the next attack you do, you spend it to make sure you get 4 attacks, 4 pushes, and it just
And then a field leader on top of it at the end, or 2, depending on if you spiked or not. So, yeah, I can see it also. And I mean, more Scott is always good.
Yeah, through volume of dice, he can really do wonders.
I'm trying to figure out.
So
That's
scenarios
Sabretooth.
look like Montesi Formula and Mutant Madman. So players will be playing at 18.
18,
And it
which is a
looks like they're
good
not changing
month.
the edge.
Good threat for Apocalypse team. You can have 3 or 4 horsemen depending on what you want, but you have more than enough threat to have everything.
Yeah. And I think it's a threat and scenario combination both players are fine
Yep.
on.
Yep.
Like nobody's too upset about that.
I missed it. Who has Prio? Ben has Prio. Okay.
Matthew had Prio.
Okay. I saw 3 hit, nothing else. I just imagined he had Prio, but
No, Matthew
I guess
had
Matthew
the
had a good roll.
tiebreaker. He had hit, crit, wild.
Cool. Thank you. And yeah, no safe extract on either side that I can see.
Well, technically, Apocalypse offers some safe
true.
grabs.
Yeah, he could.
I don't think you want to typically. I mean,
No,
outside of
that's
Toad, but there's. I think if you're into something like a Thanos Cabal or an Asgard, you can set something up with Apocalypse if you need to, but I don't think you really want to be doing that with your 6th threat.
Honestly,
I
with
agree.
Toad himself, because he could pick up range 2, kind of be on the forklift or behind the forklift and be relatively safe.
Yeah, well, if you get your Toad one shot and you're playing Death, it sucks, but at the same time, you still get 3 tokens for that.
Yep.
So it definitely still isn't great losing the VPs, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, Matt Alex in the chat. What's up, Matt?
Hey, Matt.
If it's Matt having Prio, I mean, there's no like mega scary stuff. Like he'll receive attack, but I could see him just walk and grab it with a Luke or something like that and risk it, or just leave it there.
Yeah, I'd imagine Matthew wants to play a little safe. He played his first ever game in Apocalypse last night. I think a lot of people are going to be cautious. At least I'd recommend it because Apocalypse has a lot more tricks than people probably realize. When you get Pestilence bombed, you're setting up tokens. Like what I really want to see this game is how many tokens does Ben finish round 1 with? That's what I'm going to be looking for.
I think
people have to be aware of. Go for it, Simon. Sorry.
I think that's a big part of learning and mastering Apocalypse is just how to leverage your token generation very early on, especially round 1 and early round 2, because I think they're the main resource that allows you to gain tempo and keep it. So I think it's probably the skill that's the most that good Apocalypse players are gonna capitalize on as much as they can.
I have a handful of games with Apocalypse, and I can tell you the leadership is insane. Because
and to your argument, I think the contrary is true too. People will have to figure out how to play round 1 against Apocalypse. Like don't put your model together and feel out the ranges and everything. So I think it's learning both way. Learning what you can do with Apocalypse to get your token, and also player playing in against it, like what not to do.
I'd be curious. Alyssa's in the chat. Alyssa, how many games, if you could ballpark it, does Ben have with Apocalypse? Has he been grinding quite a bit? Because I know he was on some other things for WTC before. He has his Winter Guard stuff he was doing back in the summer. Because this is something that feels like it takes a lot of reps. I know locally we have John Blake Kane on Discord who's he's been playing Apocalypse for the last 3-4 weeks locally on game night and crushing with it and just getting stronger and stronger each game. All right, I'm going to take a look at Matthew's side first because it's a little bit simpler to walk through. He's got Jane, Iron Man, Beast, Luke, and Steve 3. He's bringing Sacrifice, Brace, Avengers Assemble, Heroes for Hire, and Warpath. Welcome back, Warpath.
Welcome back.
we missed you for a hot second.
Oh,
Yep.
You know, I wasn't a card I brought a ton before, but after the rotation, I'm excited.
Yep.
Ben is playing Pestilence on his Archangel. I'm assuming, Famine, Deadpool, War Beast, and Death Toad, I assume?
Yeah, that's what I would assume. War Beast has been surprisingly good when I've seen him in action.
Yes.
I really like both player squad here. I think I kind of prefer Ben's a little just because all his characters are inherently more mobile, which on a pay to flip is a big skill to leverage.
Yeah.
While characters like Luke Cage and Iron Man are pretty static.
Yep.
But I'm super glad to see Beast on both sides of the table.
Yep. And Matt is four across the board.
Yeah.
To flip, so that can be something.
Yeah, I really want to see what Ben does with Archangel here. This is a character that on paper a lot of people were down on in Discord. I've played him a couple times now, and I can tell you I love the model. Pairing him with Psylocke, I was playing against a player. We were in a D shape. Betsy was on one side D. I used Celestial Technology to move Archangel to roughly the middle of the map, but within 3 of Betsy. And then I used that drop-off card to move her to the complete opposite D with 1 move action from Archangel. There is so much this affiliation can do. It's like super, super rewarding. And I think after today's major update and shadow banning of Researcher, like I'm really excited to play Apocalypse because I think Apocalypse at higher threat levels plays fine into those scary E teams, but at lower threat levels was a problem, and it's going to be less of a problem now.
Yeah, I agree. I think today's changes definitely spice up everything here.
Alyssa says that Ben has roughly 20 games that she knows of with Apocalypse so far. I'm excited to see how that translates.
He's been grinding, and let's see.
The man is playing. The man is playing.
Yeah, you know, Nick. These guys without kids, man, they don't know how they have it with free. They don't understand how valuable that free time is.
I have no idea what both of you are talking about, and I am glad I don't.
Simon sometimes just like casually, oh, I did 6 games today, like casually, a casual 6 game in a day. When Simon gets excited by like a new toy, like he's coming up, he's brewing a list, and he's get excited. He like LFG like there's no tomorrow, and can grind like 4 to 6 game in a day easily.
Yeah, I think when Silver Sable came out, and I really wanted to test her in Criminals, I just like played 7 games that afternoon and had an okay idea of what she did.
My first 8 years teaching, I took 1 day off of work, including summers. My son's 4 now. Last year I took 8 or 9 days, maybe 10, not counting COVID days. And there were days I just took off and I sat home and painted. And my wife took my son to school and I just stayed home. And I just enjoyed the solitude of the household. Now you have to get creative to get that time.
That's fair.
People without kids don't understand it, Mike. Like just like it's vacation, just having the home to yourself, like that's paradise.
Oh, dude, my wife's going away next month for like 4 days. I'm pretty sure I'm driving my son to school on that Friday and then just going back home.
I thought I'm going to like bring my son to school and not go get it back until my wife comes back home.
Oh, he's sleeping at grandma's one night during those 4 days for sure. All right, my parents already know.
I love it. Okay.
All right, what are they talking about here?
All right. Looks like they're getting rolling. I think Matthew was flipping Apocalypse just to
understand what he does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot to manage. That's the unfortunate side of Apocalypse is that early on it's going to take people a while and it might slow down some local events where there's some disagreements about how things work. I know Silver Spork is playing it so that if a character is KO'd, Apocalypse loses the superpower. I don't anticipate that being the actual case, but I think Sooner made the right call for his event to play it conservatively.
You think even if a character dies, he's gonna keep the power of the Horseman that's on the table anymore? That's what you think the ruling will be?
I think he'll 100% keep that power. I don't see why he wouldn't, based on the wording.
I see it the other way around.
I see it the other way, yeah.
Really?
But the forums will be there to enlighten us as soon as.
I believe me, I asked as soon as that that was revealed. Okay, Toad going down center. It's a surprise of no one.
Yeah, I think that's, like you highlighted, Mike, the unfortunate thing about Apocalypse is that it touches complexity creep. Like, there's just a bunch of text, even if the effects themselves are not particularly complicated, they're just wordy and like take a lot of space, and they can definitely lead to some cognitive overload, especially for newer players.
Yeah, I know that I'm really curious to see how Ben opens up his round one here because, like for me, the first time I played Apocalypse, I remember I messaged like Collar and DeLuca afterwards, and I was like, oh man, I completely blew this, but like I could see the path to finishing with 3 or 4 Horseman tokens, and by game 4, like I was able to put together a much better round one. Because really, what you're doing, I think, in round one with Apocalypse is you're setting up for crazy strong. It's almost like Hellfire in a way that the round ones can be good, but man, you can like set up these really explosive round twos with them, and they have a really strong mid game.
Yeah, I agree. I think Apocalypse is probably the epitome of mid range, where like he kind of wants to play almost 4 or 5 wide every game, and just get to like play a kind of fair MCP, but at the same time not really, thanks to his power and leadership.
Hmm. Yeah, like based on ShadowMarvel's position that and the way that size 4 is, I'm curious to see how he's gonna open up and what he's gonna do. I think I'm surprised with Jane being in the middle. I wonder what his plan is with for Jane here.
Looking forward to see how all that pans out. One of the things I like about Ben's squad here is that he has 2 characters and last activation to threaten the back points. So both Archangel and Beast can double walk and try to flip one of the opposite trap with 4 dice. And having last activation to do that feels like a strong thing to do. And especially if you want to, with War, if one of the characters is forwarded too much, you can make an attack, hopefully get the wild to get the place. If you deal a damage, you even get your Horseman token. Like, you can really, really high roll this.
Yep.
And he has Pestilence on Archangel, so I want to see where, like, I want to see how ShadowMarvel plays around Archangel. Is he going to, like, intentionally break his guys up to not get Pestilence bombed? Which is root, what is it? It's root, poison, just root or poison? Or slow.
Or
Okay.
slow, yeah. On a pay to flip, poison is pretty much crippling because like it fucks you up. Yeah, I don't have to explain it.
Yeah, and I think poison here is also really good just because of Steve 3's leadership costing power. So
100%.
anything you can do to hurt the power economy of opposing model, especially early on, can be really devastating.
Especially since like he has to spread his character because like Archangel can dive the back point, Beast can dive the back point.
Yeah.
On both sides, but it's more relevant on Ben's side.
One thing that is missing from the Apocalypse team is displacement. So I would have been curious to see Beast maybe line up a little bit differently to have maybe gotten an attack and a throw to get Iron Man closer, but I don't think it's probably that essential. Do you
I think here with Apocalypse being able to double tap Iron Man already?
Yep.
Is really good. I'm not sure that's what I would go first. I think I would either go with Toad or Deadpool just to get more tokens. Because getting more tokens here lets your Apocalypse get reroll. So here it's pretty relevant.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate going next with Deadpool, just flipping the trap and just collecting a famine token for sure.
Yeah, I like the Toad play here, moving away from the big hitters. Beast and Luke Cage both only having 5 die attack, and not particularly nasty triggers, save for Luke Cage on stagger, but staggering a 2 or 3 threat is really not the end of the world.
Yep.
Now, are we going to see some Beast diving here?
Yeah, 100%.
I would expect so. Casual.
Yep, and I think it's okay. You want against Apocalypse, you want to like spread your people, so I could see it. I mean, I don't hate it for Matthew.
Yeah, and he's going to move into Heroes for Hire range, which is great.
I like that.
It's a strong opening for sure.
Yep.
So, we know Deadpool's going to flip that trap and try to get the famine token. Does that mean
Yeah.
Archangel dives to control that last trap? Or does
I
he want
think
to
that's what
leverage Pestilence? I think you want to hold Archangel to see if you can get a Pestilence bomb in addition to the trap, right?
I'm not sure. I think with your last activation, I would probably dive with Archangel here or Beast. But looking how things are deployed, I think Archangel is the likeliest target just because he's able to double move and flip it, and Steve would have to double move and stand there by himself, which I'm not a huge fan of. I do expect either Jane or Steve to rotate towards Luke Cage and Beast because that's where all the extracts are.
Yeah, Brady asks, is Heroes the fourth card we can't see? Yeah, for some reason Heroes is glitched.
That is correct.
He is bringing Heroes for hire, though.
Here, not within range 3, grabbing another Horseman token. Deadpool done.
It's interesting. I wonder if Matthew's just going to abandon that side and play a slower extract game and just try to kill the characters on that side.
That's what I expect at this point, seeing how he's playing
Yeah.
and pivoting towards the side with most extracts.
But it's dangerous on the pay to flip because then Ben can just follow and those points stays to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because Ben's squad is more mobile, he really has the edge here of being able to pivot better.
I think
think
too, the Beast dive from ShadowMarvel will be relevant here because if he's able to score both the ones on that side, it's pretty good for him. But like you said, we could see a round 3 where maybe Ben is controlling 3 traps and has multiple extracts because he was able to collapse and move. I mean, Celestial Technology is going to be huge. If he gets a spike and is able to then bring in Archangel and Deadpool from that side, pull them in, that could be huge.
Yeah, that's why I like the Archangel trap steal now, just because it either forces Jane away from the extract or kind of leaves Ben with the VPs. And because he has last activation, he can use his beast to dive bomb.
Yep.
Which is really big.
I think it's early to abandon aside. I think it's way too early in the game.
I'm not sure I agree, just because the extracts are kind of concentrated. But if Jane goes toward Archangel, it kind of leaves Apocalypse or Beast to just be able to go into Iron Man. Because here Beast could move, go for the trap, and probably even attack Luke Cage, because he's forwarded enough. So if you deal your damage, you get your Pestilence, you get your Horseman token, and then you can just throw away Luke Cage from Heroes for Hire range.
ShadowMarvel's attacking into Archangel.
Why is Ben rolling 4 dice?
Oh, yep.
No, it's a physical strike. Never mind.
It's the other Tor. Yeah. Tor 2 is yep.
So it looks like it's all blocked thanks to cover.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to, he can change a die to be able to get the throw.
Yeah, and it looks like it's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I would angle it personally more outside, because of the celestial technology, but
it looks like Ben declined to apply cover or forgot he had it.
Yeah, but the rule that you're 2 away on the same terrain, a lot of people don't know about it or
forget it.
Yep.
I mean, I certainly would have not caught that.
Yeah, because Archangel is 1 away from the truck. It's the same terrain, and they're clearly 2 away from each other. So you 100% had cover in there.
Looks like Deadpool's blocking pretty well.
Deadpool saying no.
Taking the one.
Yep.
Which he's super fine with. Because it means next turn he's going to be able to leg day.
Yep, and anyway, he's going to heal it, so it probably would have been fine taking 2 damage.
Yeah, I think if I'm Ben here, this is probably the turn where I don't get greedy and go for the Beast Bomb in the backline, and you just try to move and attack Luke Cage. With 2 Horseman token, it means your Beast has 5 dice with 2 rerolls, And if you can throw him out of Heroes for Hire range, it leaves your Apocalypse down to double tap Iron Man pretty brazenly.
Oh, looks like he's considering Apocalypse first.
Yep.
Because here your hope is you either deal 1 damage or you open him up. Because anything between 2 and 4 means he's just going to Heroes for Hire.
Okay, he's paying for the Famine Hop.
Spending his 2 token, keeping the power, which I think is another mistake. I would have liked to keep
1 and 1
token.
Yep.
Just to be able to get a reroll.
Yeah, that's something I experienced in my last game. I was disappointed in myself for spending both Horseman tokens on the Famine Hop. I had wished I kept one, but at the same time, Ben holding onto a power, I could see wanting the power. Yeah, exactly, to keep up the CT for next round.
Yeah, but I think with 2 attacks you're fine. But your reroll once again can help you turn your dice into power, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So
like you're seeing a full block, and
you should be sneaking.
cover.
Oh, cover, right?
Cover from the forklift, which Matthew didn't forget.
Yep. Matthew is pretty good with rules.
So here marginally better, but no cover at least, but still dealing just the 1 because of DR.
Yep.
And
applying a condition.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I didn't like the Apocalypse play, because I don't think it pans out super well for Ben.
What are the choices again? Shock or
Root.
Root.
Yeah, and I think I like Shock
Yeah,
better.
no, I agree.
Yep.
Because with
3 dice, 4 dice. Yeah, it's not great. Not great.
No, 2 power. Yeah, that's it.
I could see him that maybe he wanted to hold his beast here so that Matthew's beast couldn't steal his backtrap, and it gives him a chance to be able to like potentially double tap or and still pick up the trap. I think it makes sense.
Ben is still going to have to move and attack.
Oh, right. The size 3.
Still doesn't feel great, and because
and he can throw in.
Yeah, so like he's still going to have to roll a contested roll, which is still likely for him to get it, but it's not guaranteed.
I'm curious, Simon, you're so used with beast. If Ben had gone first and he 3 from Luke, he's probably still on his point, can flip it, and can he base block beast from diving his own point?
No, not with how
He
he's
can't.
placed. Because he's kind of directly lined across. Yeah, you would need at least a toad would need to be more forward.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, I guess too, if he had gone with beast first, then ShadowMarvel's beast can't dive because you'd have 2 characters contesting that. And the chances of rolling over that are much smaller?
On 4 dice, it's a 50-50, right?
Is it?
Yep.
Oh. The only person I've ever seen that do that is you. Or attempt it.
Yeah, I think with Simon, everybody's doing it in Montreal.
Yeah. I mean...
He's taught all of us.
So here, fails, which is...
Fail, and no skull.
Yep, so no refunds.
Yep.
Here is Beast inside the 3 of Beast. No. I would still try to get the attack here into Beast.
Yeah, you want to generate the Horseman token.
Yeah. I would... no, not try to flip. I think you just go for it, then slap.
And Matthew has like no reroll on his beast.
Yeah. But it's still 4 dice.
Yep.
Right, pretty good hit.
It's got the ambush. I don't know if I'd want to take it or not, but...
He has
to take it. Well, I meant I don't know if he wants to place forward, I guess. Or just so it looks like he will be generating a Horseman token, which is great.
Yep.
Yeah, dealing the 1 damage, getting the 1 power.
Then flip.
Yep.
Or try to. Need 2 success here.
4 dice.
This will be nice for Ben if he gets this. I'll put him, what, he'll have 4 to Matthew's 3?
3, yeah.
I hadn't seen yet the evolution token, the horseman evolution token in the mod. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's literally a horse and money.
Yeah, I really love what Carl has done with the mod since he took it over. It's got
Yep.
like that nice personal touch.
Gets it
And a power. Yep. He gets everything.
Very nice.
I think Beast has been my MVP in my handful of games that I've played so far with Apocalypse. Like he's just such a great utility piece.
I think Ben is in a is in a way better like spot like after turn 1, like getting all this and having one side.
Yeah.
Jane-
Mandatory damage on
Yep.
I think at least Beast, if not
Beast and Jane, he has to check it. I think
Yeah,
she's within
check
2,
it.
but he needs to check it. Yeah.
I don't think she is, but we're checking.
Yeah, Cole, it is a great day for MCP. I don't think you'll hear anybody here commentating complain about the changes today. We're all pretty happy.
Yep.
As a Magneto player, it's a great day to know there's less researcher out there.
Yeah, looks like Jane is not within 2 of the token. Yeah, she looks up.
So, what does Matthew start with? Does he try to get Iron Man to safety, or
Honestly, I think I would. Ooh, that's a tough question. I think I'd go with Jane, actually.
I think so.
That's where I was
Because
thinking.
both characters here are so on the verge of death that like being able to deny 2 activations is really big.
Yep.
Ooh, that's bold.
So I could tell you that talking to him before the game, he brought Jane because he wanted to throw Apocalypse around with her.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah, Matthew is a stand-up guy and that he plays the game because he wants to play with the toys he likes.
Yep.
I can definitely respect.
Yeah,
that.
I know you guys are big on that. That's the man I used to be. Now I'm the guy that brought Asgard Sons to my last local.
He
We
broke
can't
you.
all be meta chasers like you, Mike.
Did that guy break you, Mike?
Yeah, I was pretty broken on Saturday, losing to Asgard.
Part of it is gone. I mean, Asgard is still great, but like it's been removed like a few stupid toys.
Yeah, I think now you're able to play Asgard without eating crayons, which I think is a nice idea.
I mean,
What a nice image.
I think that being on 19, like being on demons, they lose a lot when they don't have prio, because now you don't have to worry about researcher, presumably if they're not taking it. I don't know if they're taking Brothers in Arms still.
I don't think so.
I think his brother in his arm goes away because
I
Like,
agree.
I think you can keep. I think many will keep researcher because they're still like pretty good on it. But yeah, I think Brothers in Arm goes away.
That's what I really want to see. I want to see a month from now what a lot of the top Asgard and Cabal players are
Yep.
doing. Because I think they all have their gut reactions right now, but I want to see like what happens the first time a Collar or a DeLuca loses to a Webs player. Do they just go right back to researcher? You know?
Well,
I don't
technically, they have 1 more week before list lock for WTC, and then we're going to be able to see those results.
All right, we got a charge coming from Jane here. Let me guys in the chat. Let me know if you hate the angles that I'm on here. I'll adjust things around. I'm playing with some stuff. I feel a little rusty. I haven't streamed in like 8 weeks.
So
We don't know who he's attacking yet. I'm gonna assume
I think he's
Archangel, right?
debating. He's debating.
Matthew's still debating.
But yeah, I would see like first going to Archangel, try to get a throw again to Deadpool, and
Is
then
the
see
throw before damage?
After damage.
Oh, okay. So then maybe, yeah, then maybe he wants to go in the Deadpool then. I mean, with 2 rerolls, like he should be good into either.
Yeah, I think I'd go into the Archangel first, see what pops up, and then you can go into Deadpool. I think I'd do that order, but I wouldn't be against the other way around.
Alyssa, can you rephrase that into more constructive feedback?
No, she's doing a Jeff impression.
Oh, fair enough.
So Apocalypse, Archangel boosting his dice, and I think he is still going down. Yep, takes the 2, bites the dust.
Yeah, I mean that's what most people are afraid of with Archangel, right? Like his strengths are his speed, not his ability to live through a fight one-on-one.
And I think losing with that spike, it wouldn't have mattered, but I think taking the damage from not using cover and
Yeah.
using the leadership now, 1 round 2 lets Jane charge, and the whole chain of events is actually not working out in his favor. And looks like
Deadpool's gonna be fine.
A-okay.
He's gonna be fine.
I see Jeff's in the chat. It's really cool to be spending a Friday night watching your friends play with toys. You're so cool, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
Fun fact I learned this week at the shop that Jeff actually doesn't use deodorant.
I could have lived without that knowledge.
Yeah.
It's a Sandpoint thing? What's the
No,
the
he was
reason?
wearing a Super Smash Brothers jersey. That was all I needed to know.
So let's move on from this.
Yes.
So he flips the point. He flips the back Madman point.
Yep.
And then Deadpool survives the second attack.
I still think it's a good activation for Matthew.
Yeah, right. Like Deadpool maybe isn't as scary to him. Deadpool is on famine, so he won't be able to generate a point. You'd assume it won't be able to generate a token from him.
Yeah, that's fairly reasonable, unless he teleports back, shoots Jane twice, but
Okay, Ben's
Or shoot, and then decide if he wants to move out of range.
yeah. So he famine hops up. I'm guessing to deny cover.
but still within range of Heroes for Ire, which I am not terribly a fan of, even though Luke Cage can't throw Iron Man.
It's
Sorry, Luke Cage can't throw Apocalypse.
Yeah, I don't know if Ben had a lot of choices though, right? Because if he goes with Beast to displace Iron Man, or Luke Cage rather, like ShadowMarvel just activates that model and puts them in a good position.
So we see Rosefire played. I think it's good. I mean, Ben, you want that card out of the way as quickly as possible, so it doesn't cripple your choice moving forward.
Yeah, and Ben has Prio next round, presumably. We'll see.
I'm also of the opinion that you didn't need to activate that flank right away. Deadpool can just move, try to flip the trap, move back, and be okay.
And potentially generate a Horseman token with that interaction as well.
Yeah.
Or at least go even.
Yeah, man, you're not too worried about it. It's a 3 dice with 1 contesting model is a 50-50 chance.
Yep.
So you're not too worried about it.
Yeah, Ben loves the slaps.
And he is slapping.
Oh, Ben. And
But
he's
that's
got
a big defense roll from Luke Cage.
Yeah, he's removing 4 from it. So that's only 2
So
after
far,
all of this.
2, but there's 2 Horseman tokens. I think I would pen the 2 for the rerolls here.
With the
Just
block
because-
there, he already has the cover. He already has the trigger. I don't know.
I think I would, just to be able to gain power and then either use War or that superpower. Alright, so choosing to only deal 2. I think here you want to root Luke Cage. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the thing. Now he can just taunt.
No, he's gonna get thrown.
Oh,
no, there's no throw.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have conditions. Sorry, I was thinking about the Iron Man.
But I think here you can pretty comfortably use the War superpower. You spend your 2 power to get a shit ton of dice.
He can't do that though.
Can't.
He already used the
Use
Horseman.
famine. Yeah,
Oh, you're right.
use famine.
That's still a pretty solid hit. Looking like it's going into
4, 5, 6, and then you can now. Oh no, you can't. There are 2 skulls, 3 skulls. Yeah.
But with 6 successes, it is getting what that was. I think it is getting Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah, he taunted.
No, he lives on. Yeah, he dies. Yep.
Yeah, so Ben's still in a good spot here. I mean, you
Yep.
got heroes out round 2. It's going to be a slow game, a slow grindy game. And Ben managed to do that without spending any tokens.
Yep.
Which is a very nice upside. And I think starting next round, like Apocalypse is presumably with a 5 of Archangel and Deadpool. So next round you're gonna be able to grab them into the fray. And if Ben still has both traps, I think that's at the end of this round, it puts him in a very nice position starting into round 3.
Yeah, I'm curious how he positions Deadpool and if Ben is looking for the CT. I imagine he is. And at your 7 power,
Yeah, I think I would just try to steal Jane's point with Deadpool and then move to make sure you're still within 5 of Apocalypse. But here, because Luke Cage hadn't gone yet, you've given back priority to Matthew.
yeah, I mean the nice thing is with celestial technology is that regardless of Matthew's priority, he can move some valuable targets out of her way. So Archangel should be in a good spot. Notable that no one brought survival this game.
Nobody brought survival. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's mostly a tool for wide attrition and tall attrition. Just to make sure that like your most impactful models continue to be relevant.
Yeah, so
like-
we have a throw coming here from Beast into Toad.
Yeah, and we're being shown exactly what's
Yeah.
going on.
I mean, this is some pro behavior here, like really appealing to the stream. I hope you guys enjoy the show Matthew's putting on.
I think
Really
Brace is the
illustrative.
right call. There's not that many. Is Brace the right call? Not sure.
I don't think. Yeah.
I think with the size 4 being up and still throwable into either Apocalypse, Deadpool, or Archangel, it's
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he's holding on to the
points.
yeah. So I
Uh,
understand it.
That's fair. But Toad's probably gonna be.
I think
Pretty
it's
good hit coming in
early.
here.
I think it's early and he has the lead. I think I would have kept it, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I. Even if you get dazed, you still get 3 tokens. Beast is not running that far away. And because you're still ahead on VPs and presumably
Will he use the leadership
or
or not?
I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either.
Yeah, the leadership just puts an extra damage through, but it doesn't meaningfully change
No.
the situation. Unless I guess you have an ambush, but that's he's still
But
gonna
I don't see
slippery
the
away.
ambush being real. Yeah, I don't
he can
think that.
slip really away.
Can he slip? But if he goes base to base, then he still is within range to be attacked. But I guess those
Yes.
break line of sight though.
Yes.
Yeah, the size 3 pipes makes it really hard for Beast to be able to double tap Toad. Yeah, looks like he is using the leadership.
Well, it's also notable too that putting Toad with 2 life left means that Iron Man, who's not really in any danger, could maybe snipe him.
Yep. With his rockets.
I think we can presumably think that Toad is going to go next.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a fan of that positioning, just because now Toad slippery's away from like both characters, and Beast is not on the point to contest and try to flip.
But I mean, yeah, I agree.
So-
And now, I presume Toad slippery's away.
There'd be no reason not to.
Yeah. Ooh, I think that's a mistake. If he's not hiding behind the terrain, unless he runs far enough away.
Because of the base, yep. Just outside a tree.
There we go. Yep, it's just outside. I didn't realize that. I just thought if they went base to base that he'd
No,
still be
because
in
of the
range.
base. Because of the base.
Nick, if you'd played with me regularly, you'd be quite surprised at how much MCP I play and how much I still don't know.
It's okay.
Second move, just try to-
You- like I've played with I'm playing with like big sharks in Montreal, so usually I've been like I've had many instances of me being fucked up on one detail and then like never doing it again, like Menard fucking me with the Supreme porting you away 3, and when you're 1 away from the point, a medium move doesn't get you back on the point. You like you live through that once, and you never like you're never
You
getting
never
caught by that
repeat that
again.
mistake again.
Yep, never again. Or the first time I ever played against Simon with the whole storm, and yeah, that wasn't fun. The first time you see what X-Men can do with the whole thing on pay to flip, and I was like a new green player playing X-Force. I was in a long game, I can tell you that.
And then how quickly you went from X-Force to Guardians Thanos, huh?
Fucking while, and I played Guardian Thanos one event.
Yeah, that's all I needed. That's the event I saw you at.
Yeah.
The truth doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the
It's your
propaganda.
narrative, right?
Exactly.
It's your narrative, yeah.
You get it. The only thing that matters is what I say on this channel.
But what's funny, Mike, is you being like, oh, I'm snowflanking it with Wakanda, but you can see down the list there's a Thanos Space Reality in the list, and you're
Fuck yeah,
calling
there
it
is.
snowflaking?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, Space Reality Thanos is being a snowflake. Everyone's on Space Mine, man. I'm out here just being an innovator.
You're killing me.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't
Yep.
lie to God.
There was double the number of X-Men players at ACO as there was Hellfire players. We have Beast going into Beast here from Ben.
Beast on Beast 8, I can see it.
Using the war superpower, which I think is correct. Spending his power instead
Yeah,
of tokens.
I was going to say spending the power. He really wants to push some damage through here so he can keep generating more tokens. Curious what his plan is.
Has power to spare, so. Alright. At least it's both a crit for success and war. Showing 2, which is not great.
So
If I was,
war is the one that allows you to change a die to a success for every crit and wild, right?
Yep. I think here I would.
Matt needs to do a reroll, yeah.
I think I would have spent. I would spend a token if I was Ben, just because like
You really want to.
your conversion rate with war is really good.
Yep.
And you just want to guarantee that damage as much as you can.
I agree.
Oh, I got you, Jeff. That's a good call out. That we're not tracking the horsies effectively.
Custom evolution token.
Hold on, I got you.
Yep. Beast spends the 1 for the reroll, and like if it converts, it's pretty bad for Ben here, because he doesn't have the power to Fury again.
Yep,
But sometimes you're better lucky than good.
And I would have done 2. I mean, since he had his call, I don't know why I just did 1 reroll. Did he? He could only do. No, he could have done 2.
He only had the 1 power.
Oh, I was looking the
3,
yeah, you're right.
2 for the damage, 1 for the skull.
Yep.
He's using war again.
Yep.
Marginal hits.
Nothing.
Not sure I like doing that here. I think I would have liked to see a move towards the other researcher, towards the other trap, and call it a day. Just to try to put some more pressure on the scenario.
Yeah, just like go for your rerolls. Yep. And Matthew needs to do. I think I would do all 3 on Matthew's side.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yeah, to try and deny the token generation.
It's once per turn, so it's already happened.
Wow.
Ooh, takes the
Rough.
damage. And lives on 1, which means Beast will die during the cleanup.
Yep, to the trap.
If Ben reclaims that trap.
Yep.
Wait, it's showing Avengers? Why is it showing Avengers? Oh yeah, because Beast flipped it, right?
Yep. Needs 2 success. Gets it.
Yep. Which means ShadowMarvel's Beast is going to daze during the cleanup.
And he gave himself the Horseman token, so he should be at 3, or is he still on 2?
I used
on.
it to.
Okay.
He spent 1 for a reroll.
I've been on a quest here to add a little custom tracker, but my Microsoft Paint job didn't work out quite the way I thought it would.
Double walk, just a protected point, which I think is fine. I think if you're Toad here, you might want to try to push 1 damage through Iron Man, but maybe save that for last and just have Deadpool try to flip the other trap.
Because Steve is not going to do much on 1 power.
Yeah.
I think you don't want to give him a target.
Right. Oh, that's a weird call. Oh no, I think it's a great call. Just being able to
generate tokens. Yep.
Get the 3 tokens here would be really good for Ben. No, we are seeing the quote-unquote No Mercy superpower.
Yep.
And yeah, I get some,
yep.
Which means 3 evolution tokens here.
Yep, that's huge. That's gonna allow Apocalypse to do whatever he wants next turn.
And then Toad still generates his 1 power.
It's kind of funny to see Toad going No Mercy.
Toad is death, so was he adding dice for damage?
He did.
Is that why maybe that's why Simon's confused?
Oh yeah.
You thought it was a gainer? I'm not sure. I was rude.
Oh yeah. No one ever uses that.
Nope.
Oh man. Okay, I think I'm almost there. I think I've almost gotten clever enough. There's 5. We're up to 5 horsies now.
5, yes. But question, Simon: why would only get 1 power if it was the builder souped up by created to end?
Because Beast only had 1 health left.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, makes sense. I was like, it's a builder, so but yeah, he only had 1 left. Right.
Steve moving in and going into some Beast action. Yeah, see, that's kind of why I wanted to have Deadpool activate earlier, because his turn is still pretty telegraphed, and now it's like not leveraging having the last activation on the pay to flip super well, especially when you could have done it earlier.
And if Deadpool did it first, you deny an attack and probable power gain from Steve.
All right, Jeff, do you approve of my horsey count?
And then he can... No, he cannot flip this.
Ooh, that's a pretty big roll.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a hit, so he cannot leverage the spike.
Yep.
With the leadership.
But still, 4 successes is nothing to scoff at.
So
blocking 2, taking 2, gaining 3 power because of the failure, and getting a 6th horseman token.
6 horsies, all right. I'm on it.
Which also means,
I'm going to work on something for next time. I'll get actual pictures of horsies. Look at that update.
5 Orsees.
6 horses.
6 Orsees. I just flipped to see what was the what did Mike do. That's pretty low production value, sir.
You know what? That's what we got right now.
Alright. So now
I think-
Deadpool. If you're Ben, do you go with Deadpool and stab? Oh, so leg day, then using the famine to place, take a power from Jane. Which means you still get your 2 attacks. I like it. That was pretty good. Pretty good use of the superpowers. So now you can try to stab Jane.
Yep.
And if you don't get power on your first attack, you can always do the gainer on the second one.
But he knows
Oh.
karate.
Yep, but Jane is rolling really good. Oh, yep,
Yep.
that blocks.
Hard to beat that. Yeah, I do karate first, see what happens, and yeah, but even if he uses reroll, he's not gonna push anything through.
And now I think you do the gun just to make sure
Yep.
you flip that
you
trap.
have a power. Yep.
Yeah, that's what Ben is doing. I think the conservative play here is the right one. You just want to make sure you're able to try to flip a trap.
And as a web warrior player, you never know what happened with 4 dice.
Yep. Now, if this converts to a hit, he gets to bang bang.
And bang bang.
Nope.
Oh, close, but no cigar.
So dealing 1, gaining a power, which you spend for the trap. Roll for this 50-50, because if he gets it, he still continues building a lead 4-3.
Yep. 3 dice into success.
Coin flip odds, misses. So now it will be Matthew going 4 and Ben 3.
And having prior. So what does Matthew open with next turn?
Honestly, I think you go with Jane again.
Think so too.
Your VPs are not in any danger, and if Jane manages to clear Deadpool and Archangel, or Deadpool or Archangel, it still alleviates enough pressure, and having 7 threat against your 5, I think, is a winning trade if you're Matthew. Because
100%.
it means he's able to pressure the side with VPs more effectively.
I think it for Matthew, for Ben, getting the 3 token was important. I think for Matthew, he's kind of glad to get his bees back, that he doesn't flip at the wrong time.
Yeah, I agree.
So the cells are par phase. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's saving Archangel. Yep.
Which I think is the correct play. Because you really want to bring your models closer to the action.
Yep.
I do think putting it within 2 of Luke Cage is a mistake. Just because it probably allows Luke Cage to stagger either Apocalypse or Archangel.
So I'm not gonna lie to you guys. In like 15 seconds, can you just catch me up on what I just missed? Because I just spent a bunch of time looking for pictures of horses, and I've now added little horsey pictures
All right,
to
I
the
love you.
stream to indicate, which I think was totally worth the last 5 or 6 minutes of my time.
So Apocalypse used celestial technology to bring back.
I got
Archangel.
that. Yeah, that part I got.
That's it.
That's mostly it.
Oh, nailed it. Awesome. Cool. So it was worth the horsies.
Oh,
Alyssa, we're
oh,
pro horsey. You like the horsies?
Pro streamer move.
Yeah. I've told you guys that's why I always bring on 2 other streamers so that I can put in this kind of effort.
So you can have them work for you while you have fun.
Yeah.
Nice, it works. It tracks. I love your style, man. I love
That's
your
the
style.
American way, right?
That's the American
America
way.
was built on cheap labor, and it is sustained by cheap labor.
Yeah, and we work for him, and we say sorry about it. So he's winning. He's winning all the way.
I'll touch on that point in a second after we see what goes on here with this charge.
Yep.
Because there's a good chance that now that Ben has already burnt his brace, that like a well-timed throw here of Apocalypse and Archangel could be really problematic.
The throw on Jane is omnidirectional, right?
Is away. Yeah, I think he has enough in an angle now to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep. I'm pretty sure. Being used to Miles, I'm sure 100% he can do the angle if you get the wild, and he's gonna get it because of the leadership.
But Apocalypse
Great
can block
blocks
it.
though.
Yep.
Not super relevant to the situation here, but
Yep. I'd use the leadership. Turn to Archangel.
I wonder if you could have positioned him on that forklift there to have avoided this situation.
I think if you put it like right south of him, you're fine.
Yep.
Like
But-
the forklift would have blocked him.
True.
Like see here,
No problem.
well here you get your collision.
So 5 damage incoming.
Yeah, that's a chunky boy.
Chunky.
Yeah, I wonder if Ben just wasn't anticipating Jane's reach on that. I'm assuming Ben hasn't played a ton into Jane yet. But he's played Asgard. He just won a GT last weekend with them.
When they were the broken thing?
Yes, that would.
So
But that,
he uses windshield to go up to 6.
in
To
Ben's
dodge high at least.
in Ben's defense, he played Asgard. Was it Salt City
Yeah,
a year ago
yeah.
when they were garbage?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, yep.
Pretty solid block there.
That's a power block.
Probably gonna alleviate some of that pressure. Ooh,
A lot of it. Only 1 damage.
Oh wow!
that is good for Ben.
You know what?
Do you double? What do you do with Jane? Do you walk on the point, or you double down and just go for it?
Yeah, I think we're seeing the double down there.
Nah, I would go for it at that point.
I think you have to. That's why he brought Jane was for
Oh.
this.
Oh, wow. All right, she's putting it in the works.
Ugh.
That
6.
is not quite a dazed apocalypse, but it is really close.
Do you recal this?
I think I do.
Now remind me, does a first one or Immortal Servants also have like a mini recal on it?
It sure does.
Is that
Uh,
that's the first one?
the second one, Immortal Servant, but I would just use Recal there. Because you have the power, he's not spending it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's huge. Yep.
Oh,
2.
Yeah, well, takes away the throw, blocks the attack.
there's so few things in this game as tilting as recal can be. I swear recal only takes you from like 100 down to 0. It never. Well, actually, you both know, and Nick knows real well, a time where recal did not work out for the defending player, right, Nick? When Menard played you in the finals of Salt City.
We're seeing that Apocalypse is blocking everything on this attack. Nice block.
Put it this way, the city was not the only thing that was salty.
Notable too that he does have the 5 horseman tokens. He could have re-rolled some stuff there, right?
Yep. But I think that first
Before the
activation,
recall, yeah. Before
that
the
first
recall.
activation doing so little, really put the pressure back on Matt because he abandoned a point for that. He's scoring nothing with Jane. Did 1 damage first trouble.
I think if I'm here, I'm probably going with. We're seeing an Avengers assemble. It looks like. Here, I think if you're Ben, I'd probably want to take a white beast if I could. Just place 2 when try to KO the model because it kind of leaves Toad to be pretty free. And takes away a model just flat out, so it lets you come back on the scenario or at least tighten your grip on it.
And it doesn't help him that much because Jane has 1 power. If she uses Avenger Assemble, she cannot flip the point.
No, her activation is done.
Ah, okay. You checked her. Okay.
I mean, both these guys are pretty good sports. So I imagine if Matthew put down a check mark and asked, you know what, let me look at some ranges here, I don't think Ben would care.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of guy he is.
Yeah, and the board state hasn't changed anyway. I mean, but still, if she moves, she still can flip that point. So she's kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're doing some Avengers assembling anyway, you might want to put her in a better position regardless.
100%.
Yep, here it comes. Moving Steve out of range of Beast. Luke Cage now moving.
Yep.
You know what he is doing with this Avengers Assemble?
Yes, I sure am.
He's setting up a wonderful Pestilence Bomb for Ben.
Yep. And I think just being able to go there and either poison or root all those models.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is definitely what I would do. You can. I think I would just charge to do the Pestilence Bomb, even though you know your attack is getting taunted into Luke Cage. Or the other thing you could do is just attack, hopefully get your place. So you attack Luke Cage, hopefully get your place next to him, Pestilence Bomb, then charge Beast, just to be outside of taunt range from Luke Cage.
Yeah, we haven't seen much out of Archangel this game. I was hoping to see him pop off a little bit.
Because the other option would be just to move Archangel, Pestilence Bomb, then charge another model.
I mean, I would want to see the Pestilence Bomb rack up a few more Horseman tokens, create some more problems for ShadowMarvel by applying some more conditions, and then let Apocalypse do some work this round. Apocalypse starts with 7 or 8 Horseman tokens. He's able to famine hop in, do a builder onto some people with conditions.
Horseman token cap at 6.
Oh, is it 6? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because I have 6 Horseman images queued up here.
Perfect.
You thought about it. You thought of it. You're a pro streamer, man. You're a pro streamer.
I think I like the Apocalypse play to just place and double tap Beast with 7 die energy, rerolls.
Yep.
And just the whole shebang.
Spending for Apocalypse to famine?
Yep. That's what it looks like. Yep. Then you end up within 1 of Beast to take a power away. It's not going to be super meaningful. But... Oh, no, you don't, because you take the power before placing.
Yep. And you free up, Orsi plays to make more of them.
Alright, so energy.
7 into 2.
Yeah.
Yep, of course.
Ooh.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, and with access to up to 3 rerolls, it can make a big difference. Ooh, all convert. And that is a dead beast no matter what.
Yep.
Sometimes it is better to be lucky than good.
Bye-bye, beast.
Yeah, and then you get another attack.
Yeah, man, 7 into 2 with rerolls on both sides. I think he was in a pretty good spot.
And you get to choose whatever you want, so you always attack the worst defense. That's a huge part of the 7 dice attack on Apocalypse.
Luke
I
Cage
think
has
he-
no conditions, so the spender doesn't do much here.
Yeah, it's also range 2, so...
Oh, that
You
also
just
doesn't.
go. Yep.
But I think being able to shock Luke Cage is pretty good.
Can
So
neuter
you
Sweet Christmas a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And make it less likely for Powerman Punch to get a stagger off. And he still has 3 rerolls. Like, he could theoretically spike and be, like, really obnoxious here.
Okay, going into Cage. Oh.
4. Yep.
Lux 1, DR1 takes 2. I think you're fine with that.
He's thinking about rerolls. He's going to grab his little horseman tokies.
Ooh. He's out for blood.
I think I would have kept them.
So
'cause
do
he
I,
can. But Ben love to slaps.
Yep. 5. He squeezed on the 3rd damage.
Yep.
I think it's fine. You put the shock. Call it a day.
He also might be banking on acquiring more tokens via Archangel this round.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
Deadpool should be easy to guarantee one.
Yeah. Yep.
Deadpool's just gonna presumably flip and then stay out of range. Just
Yeah, I
take a
think
few
he
shots.
You shot Jane, call it a day.
Yeah, Ben's in a great spot at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the Warpath here. It's pretty obnoxious for Ben, just because now Apocalypse is in range for Powerman Punch.
You wouldn't want to go closer to Archangel and try to remove him. You've got to throw online into Archangel.
Yeah, I think like giving yourself as many options as you can is probably the right call, which is why I like this positioning.
Yep.
That's fair. You
I think you go with Luke next.
yeah,
You
you
don't have
kind of have to, right? Yeah.
And I think trying to either KO Archangel or staggering Apocalypse is what you want to do. But I think preferably you want to get rid of Archangel.
I think if you end up with a second character KO this round, it doesn't. The game's not over, but it's man, that door gets real narrow on a pay to flip like that.
I think that's why I would go into. You can go into Archangel unless you do a builder, spender, a Sweet Christmas. Yep. That's what we're seeing, a Sweet Christmas.
That's what I was expecting, because he should still have. Does he have power to throw still after this, or no?
Yes, 2 left.
Throws what,
So-
3? 2?
No, it's 2.
Okay.
Yep.
But it's probably short, so maybe he can't throw that size 2. That's why I wanted to see him. I guess he also might have been blocked by the tongs on the forklift there. Ben spending for the extra dice, it looked like. I don't know if yeah.
Fair. You really want
So far, it's been good for him. Oh, not that time, only 1. 4.
Ooh, big hit coming in.
5.
That's a dead Archangel.
Yep. Because he gets thrown and that's it.
Yeah, that was big. Because you expect Luke to go down, but at least if it's 4-3 on models,
Yep.
It's
That was
something to
needed. Yep. So for this game, is he continuing to play with the superpower or not?
They are not playing with the superpower anymore.
Thank you.
Going into Beast and hopefully get the stagger there is going to be super relevant.
It would be really cool if when they release models,
There we
they have.
go. There we go.
He gets it.
Yeah, pays. So 5
Oh,
successes,
that's awesome.
including stagger. I think here, if you're Ben, I would actually spend 1 to make sure you daze. Just because it gives you prio
Yep.
and makes
I
it
agree,
kind of
Simon.
less awkward.
Yep.
Because now Beast is going to be on 1 and staggered.
Yep. And that means right now Matt is keeping prio.
And Beast's activation is like not extremely likely today's Luke Cage. You have the throw to deal damage, you have the spender to flip it, but if you do the spender to get the throw or the KO into Luke Cage, it kind of still leaves you vulnerable and either on or out the trap, but doesn't put you in a great position regardless. Yeah, looks like Luke Cage is throwing the terrain.
Yep. So see, we're thinking about big strategy, and Matt is just throwing the stuff.
I think he's just trying to maximize value out of Luke Cage before he inevitably gets KO'd.
He'll survive that. So close. So close.
Oh, he can pay for rerolls, which I think, yeah. I almost hope he dazes to save Ben from his mistake. Yeah, there we go. Throw place.
He's thinking about spending the horseman token, is he?
Oh my god, please don't. Oh my god, no.
Right,
Simon, Ben doesn't want to listen
Ben, I love
to
you, but please keep slapping.
Shouldn't he have gotten another token from Beast taking damage?
He sure does.
Yeah.
Oh my god. He spent so much resources to still daze.
Is it a may or must getting a
No, he gained a token for the throw.
It doesn't matter. He gained the he can only gain the one token
true.
anyway, so it worked out. It would be really cool if when new models released, like really basic questions like whether you keep the superpowers or not were just answered day one. Because you know that shit was asked 2 months ago when Apocalypse was shown.
They're waiting until it's released and everything.
I
mean, that's been their track record so far.
Yeah, well, AMG showed after the Red Skull thing that they're pretty incompetent to play with something for 3 months without knowing how it works is embarrassing. I mean, not as embarrassing as shipping the Spider Foes with the wrong cards in it, but pretty.
I think y'all remember the Wakanda reroll thing, right?
That was before my time, but I've heard about it.
Like, basically, on every... AMG used to do a lot of streaming games. And before both Beast and, Black Panther's leadership specified it was during the modified step, so you had to do... you basically had to, do it with imperfect information, but people were playing it like if it was with perfect information.
Okay.
At the recal step, that's at the recal where people use recal was the step where people were using Black Panther's leadership, including AMG staff.
That made it very good, very very good.
But then, I want to say 6 to 9 months into the lifespan of the game, somehow everyone realized that we were all playing this wrong, and just stopped doing it, and they errated it afterwards.
That's awesome.
Just to make it clearer, so everybody, including AMG, played their own models pretty wrong for a surprisingly long time.
But we talked about it multiple times. We started playing at the same time, me and you, and I have sometimes horror stories Simon Vodka, Simon and Nick, Magic Nick, and Old Pair will be like, come by the fire. We'll tell you story of old MCP when things were really broken, and they'll talk about when Thanos had 3 action with the time jam and all that stuff.
Or hired muscle. Hired muscle was a really disgusting meta.
We got a charge coming out of Captain America there to get to within 1 of the point, and he's attacking Apocalypse. Potentially being able to get 2 attacks in, because he'll be able to pay and get his trigger. Which I don't think he has.
There's literally no other targets.
There's no target.
Oh,
You
you have
cannot
to
bounce
attack.
on
Oh,
Yep.
right.
It's
I'm
on a
thinking
flurry,
of Flurry on
Yep.
Cap 2.
on the greatest captain there is, the best leader of invaders.
I concur.
Oh my god.
We call him NASCAR Steve over here.
You guys just love taking up the mantle of things that no one else cares.
Why? He's the greatest invaders leader.
Like factually.
Yeah. Namor has already enough to do it, like on his shoulder. Like, don't put the leadership on him.
So your rationale, your argument about that does make some level of sense for me. He's successfully
And
flipping
of
the point.
and of course, you use Crisis that like those characters are great, and like Steve is a great bait flip character. He's a mobile character, so you tailor your team around that. And Namor has the same strength. And Namor is not that. I mean, he's 4 dice in a reroll, but he's not that tanky for how much he costs. And you want him to do what he needs to do without like having another target on his back, having the leadership.
What's he rolling on now? What's happening? Oh, I'm assuming this is
He's
Deadpool
rolling
from
on-
Ben, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Rolling on the trap, he gets it.
Then what do you just
So-
take a few shots into? Or I guess he's looking to take a shot and then be able to Celestial Technology next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't like it though.
I was looking
because-
for the Horseman token generation and just holding that side with Deadpool.
But I think you can still get the Horseman generation BS out of 3 chain here.
Oh yeah, looks like he'll be able to. He should be out of 3, right?
Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, looks like Ben is presuming he gets it. But yeah, I think it looks fairly out outside of 3.
But I think Matt losing Prio with the whole beast thing is huge, because he's probably gonna lose like the loop top of the round.
Yeah, the thing I don't like here is that Matt is still going up on VPs, and Ben is not that closer to getting them back. And if we're looking at like the characters holding the tokens, they're pretty.
They're
fine.
tanky. Yeah, they're tanky.
And like Jane is probably going to be able to charge and get Toad.
Is Steve 3 tanky? I'm not being facetious. What does he have?
I
against
mean,
tank?
he
not
can perfect block.
particularly tanky,
He
but
can perfect block. I mean, he can go up to 6 dice. I'm not saying he's the tankiest character in the world, but he's more tanky than someone who doesn't have any tech. Can we agree on that?
and also like besides Apocalypse, there's not that many models left that can like put a big dent into him, right? Like Beast has 5 dice attack. Deadpool was kind of far away and now too far for Celestial Technology. And yeah, like I think Ben is not that well positioned on the board and behind on VPs.
I think the only thing that like makes it awkward for Jane to charge Toad is he's basically giving up those 2 points for probably the remainder of the next 2 turns if he does that.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna end up picking Beast for damage in the power. Is it the power phase that he does that?
A cleanup.
Cleanup
Oh,
phase.
so that won't matter there. I don't know why he was tabbing on Beast there.
Yeah, I think if I'm Ben here, I'm probably looking at going with Beast first.
The unfortunate thing with Apocalypse is that with the Famine token, he's ended up playing Famine. He hasn't used War or Death's ability all this game. You guys have been playing with Magic Nick locally, right? Like, has he been playing Apoc, and is he leveraging Death and War with Apocalypse much?
He's mostly been playing online. I haven't had the chance to play with him because at our gaming store he's working the day that we're all playing.
Ah,
But I've had the chance to play against his Apocalypse list, and I've seen him use Death and War somewhat often, just to be able to get more damage in.
Yep.
If he doesn't need to reposition, or if the range 2 is not far enough for what he wants to do. But yeah, getting those extra dice and leveraging Celestial Technology effectively has been, I think, a good key of understanding Apocalypse's power and threat, and playing models that can use that repositioning tool well as like just a big pivot for all your models. Like they can go away, you call them back, they can go wherever else you need next.
Yep.
When you play mobile models like Wolverine, Sabretooth, Psylocke, even models like Cassandra Nova that have just like a big range and good control options.
I think if we look back to last round, by the way, another reason I don't like that Deadpool move is that I guess Ben missed the Iron Man potential push on Apocalypse to take him out of CT range.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's possible that ShadowMarvel could end up winning this round by just flipping one or two of those traps on that other side and then holding on to what he's got on that side. I don't think that's the most likely scenario, but
I think it is, unfortunately, for Ben. Because I think with how Steve and Iron Man are positioned, there's not that many models to threaten them, and with Jane being able to let flip both sides, I think ShadowMarvel can comfortably try to close up this round.
do you go with so Beast is War? That's the like Warrior of Legend type ability?
Yep.
Yeah.
So do you maybe go with Beast first because you're within 2 of Cap?
I think that throws a mistake.
Yeah, you spend some power to. Oh, because I guess Luke Cage could have taunted.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get taunted.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think is fair.
I don't. Yeah.
But I think I would have spendered Luke Cage to try and get the KO.
Yep.
Then gone.
I think he wants to go for Cap using the Warrior
of
power.
Legend.
Yeah, spend for the float like a butterfly, whatever it's called. His spender. Warrior of Legend. Go for the one shot. What's his spender called?
Did you say butterfly?
Yeah, float like a butterfly. I think that's somewhere on his card.
Yeah, it's the trigger on the spender.
Yeah, get fucked, Nick. Saying no. It's on the card.
But yeah, I think I would have rather seen a spender into Luke Cage to get a KO than get a medium move, go towards Iron Man, and do a War Builder. Just because, like, Iron Man at 4 health with DR is less likely to survive than Steve at 6 health.
Of course.
Looks like he's doing, War Spender.
Yeah. By spending 2 tokens. Which is fine. Like, it's probably as good as it gets. But if he flubs here, yeah, there we go.
Oh.
He kind of just loses. Which is why I didn't like that line.
So Ben has,
Yep.
He's not pushing anything through there.
I think Ben needed this to roll well, and I think that's setting yourself up to failure here.
Oh, why is he pinging? For the
3 skulls, but I think that sequencing is a misplay. Punished by bad dice, but
but but I mean, dice haven't decided this game. I think if we look at both sides, it really hasn't decided this game.
I agree. I think dice were overall pretty fair.
I think Matthew leveraged his positioning better, even though I think Ben had after turn 1, I thought Ben was in a better position, but I think Matthew through the game did better positioning choices.
Yeah. And
his sequencing was better.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, especially when you're watching as good as players as Matthew and Ben here, it's less about who's it's a lot more about who's making fewer little mistakes than who's making the big ones. Because the better you are at the game, the better you are at leveraging your positioning and making fewer and fewer mistakes, and especially fewer and fewer big mistakes.
Yeah, notable Beast missed the flip there.
Yep.
Now he's going into Iron Man. He was hoping for the wild to be able to place.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't like that sequence, and I think Ben got punished really hard there. Alyssa with the real-time update. I bet she knew
It's
how that
amazing.
game was going. I bet she knew how that game was going, even if she wasn't watching the stream.
So I can't get mad when I play TTS because my son's sleeping in the room next door. So I have to just
You-
quietly rage.
So you only like really rage when you're playing college football?
Yeah, that game fucking tilts me, man. Especially like I played Ben the other night and I didn't get tilted at all, but I mentally prepared myself that he was gonna do his cheesy running back throw bullshit. You haven't played any of us yet.
No, I haven't.
You're
You
hiding.
guys,
You're hiding on the other side of the conference.
I've been told to take that team.
Yeah, Ben just made a mistake. We'll fix it for next season. Luke Cage attacked into Apocalypse, right?
Yeah, and he
and-
staggered him
And
again,
then he
Wow.
gets the stagger.
like in a free stagger.
Yeah, I think that kind of just clenches down the loss for Ben.
Yeah, the Iron Man sequencing last round at the end there, and then going with the missequencing here with Beast really hurt Ben. But prior to that, he was still in a great spot.
That was a great spot.
I
Yeah,
think
But-
he had a lot more options to to get back in the game, and I think now things are looking very dire for him.
very, very dire. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, on a pay to flip, I think you wanted to eliminate the additional activation and be able to go up 5 activations to 3.
And
Especially
the problem is,
the only stagger on the team is Luke Cage too. So
I would have taken him off the board, and I think he can go with Deadpool. I mean, it's pretty bleak, but if you go with Deadpool and you go toward Iron Man and the whole thing, like Jane just flipped those 2 points, and that's 2 points that he's not getting back.
yeah, I
and
mean, he
that's-
might be assuming that Toad gets that point closer to Jane right now because it should be free.
But with last activation, he can just go with Jane last and like charge Toad, flip, and pick up the book.
Yep.
Mm.
That's why I think at least Deadpool keeps Matt honest for now. But it's still dire. I mean, at one point you'll have to go with Apocalypse. His activation's gonna suck no matter what.
Yeah, Ben, there's no way to really avoid. He needed to get rid of Cage first so he could double tap Captain America with Apocalypse.
Yep.
Alyssa says he's laughing. I've played Matthew a few times in the past. He is a really enjoyable opponent.
100%.
Somebody you can joke around with him and BS with during the game.
Yep. And I think it's you that said like he's the kind of player that like to play his toys, even if they're not the best toy at that moment. And when you play the game, like you feel it, like he's there to have fun. He's there to have fun with the person in front of him. So it's always a great game to play with Matthew.
Yeah, that's like Will locally. Will just wants to play with his pew pew toys. And
I've never played Will yet.
I just want to remove all of his toys when I play with him. Take his fun away. So we got a leg day, a famine hop, and he's gonna go in Iron Man and hope to get that 3 damage through. I hope for Ben's sake and Alyssa's sake that he's able to poke that damage through.
Yep. Not great, not terrible.
Yeah, but 2 blocks.
Solid block.
If he gets a hit here, is that the
Uh,
trigger? What's the trigger on this? Wild Wild?
Wild.
Wild.
Guess you just gotta roll it out now.
Yep.
Hope for the best.
Hey!
He's getting the stab
Oh
stab,
my god!
but yeah.
Oh, the blocks.
Like, he gets another chance at it, at least.
Oh, blocks the whole thing.
I know Karate means nothing at this point. I already have the trigger. 3-4. No.
And with the R, it's not happening.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Just go for it again.
All right.
Take
One's
one.
gonna go through.
Maybe
He's got a
two.
reroll still.
Maybe 2. Yep, maybe 2.
Oh,
2 goes through.
which dazes him, actually.
Look at that.
Gets a token.
I think this might be good enough to keep Ben in the game.
Then.
Unfortunately, Apoc's whole activation is just going to be get rid of Luke Cage. You imagine, or maybe you go. Oh, no, maybe you go with. No, that doesn't really work. Maybe you go with Toad to get Luke Cage.
Did he try to flip already? Did I miss that?
It's not in range.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I assume he could get
You have
there.
to be within range 1 of a point, Nick, in order to flip it.
I know. I assume he placed himself. I didn't check the thing. You smartass.
He already placed himself twice.
Nobody likes a fucking smartass, Mike.
I don't know. I find myself very enjoyable to be around.
I think you're the only one. Just saying.
Do you maybe... So, Toad is death, so maybe Toad can poke that damage through on... He can slippery,
so it's going
walk.
into east? That's interesting. So good block. Can push one more through. He already has this trigger.
Yeah, notable too that Deadpool Dazing Iron Man did give a Horseman token back to Ben.
Yep.
If he can get one more of those, which I don't think he'll be able to.
Blocks it all.
He actually, I think, wanted to take that damage there.
Yeah.
To put a token on. To get
One more
token.
token.
Yeah, because I think I would want to get a hop, a move, and try to daze Luke Cage with Toad, which would generate 3 more tokens, which Apoc could famine up and do a big attack with rerolls into cap. Like, that's not a bad turn if he sees that play.
Yep. I think that's probably one you want to go for, even as unlikely as it is.
Yeah.
But Toad still has the book, right? So
that's a good roll.
Good defense dice on these
good
too.
Block. Yep, good block. And he's gonna reroll some of those. Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, I think you really want to take 1 damage, though, I think.
4 black times blocking 3. Oh, he's changing it. So that's 5.
So
Yep.
2. Ricochets into Apocalypse.
That's 3. Apocalypse says no.
Let's see if Ben remembers to get a token for Beast being damaged.
No.
Come on, Ben.
Is it mandatory? Yes, it is.
It is mandatory?
It is. After the effect is resolved, gains 1 token. No, you got it. There we go.
Nice. I just want him to keep getting more so I can put them on my screen. We haven't gotten a 6 Horseman token since I started instituting the pictures. Next time I get an Apocalypse stream, I'm going to have 6 different horses ready to go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think you're going to spender just for the extra dice.
He's going with I still think I like the Toad line.
Yeah, and he can get token out of it.
Oh, not sure I like the teleport there. Oh, try to flip? It's kind of cocky because if you miss it, you're just like not that well off. And if Jane here gets into Toad and dazes him, it's not looking well. Because Ben is going to be unable to take care of the side where she's on. Like, that's a 50-50. You miss, you risk losing.
I think he's looking for Toad to be able to
Oh,
go.
he gets it.
He gets it.
Yep, he gets it.
I think both that and the Days on Iron Man is kind of the break Ben needed to stay in the game.
Yep. I still think I leave like the one up top to Ben. I flip the one and then charge into.
To answer
Into
your
Toad.
question, Alyssa, now Ben has one thanks to Apocalypse, and the one next to Deadpool and Iron Man is controlled by Matthew.
Matthew's gonna whiff here anyway. I feel it.
You know you have to be objective, right?
I am objective. I'm objectively noting, and I think that this man is gonna whiff.
But I still think I'll just grab the bottom and go into Toad. I think it's a better line for Matthew.
Yeah. Oh,
But-
matchup on Beast.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah, matchup on Beast.
Yep.
I'm kind of surprised because you could have just pulled out Immortal Servant on Apocalypse to heal both Beast and Apocalypse.
Yeah, true.
Try to flip the trap. Gets it.
All right, so my prediction didn't pan out. It's all right.
Anything to say about this, Mike?
Well, if he whips the second one, it puts Ben in a much better place, but
Yep.
that's a tall order.
Fuck yeah, I do, Art. Sooner missing that uncontested pay to flip to lose to me a top 8 ACO fuels me. I'm gonna think about that in my last dying moments, many years from now.
And he had a lot to say about that.
Notable
know,
that I
did-
missed 2 to open that game.
Did he speak more about this or about the Keebler thing?
Oh, the Keeper thing was legendary.
Alright, now Toad going there to flip that trap was kind of dangerous because now if he flips, he's just giving 3 points to ShadowMarvel, and that's a very risky move.
Yeah, you can see he's debating it. I still
I
like the
go-
play of just getting rid of
Yeah.
Luke Cage.
1, 2, 3,
I agree.
4. Yeah, and
think
I mean,
going
yeah.
to Luke Cage and consolidating your points
Yep.
is the way to go. He's trying to see if he reaches the back line.
No shot.
Yeah, no dice.
I think he's so used to playing Toad for years in Brotherhood and never having to attack with him that he forgets that Toad right now can do some damage and
Of
KO.
course, with
He has-
Death.
Yeah, you use the death superpower. You're rolling a
Yep.
7-die builder. You
Yep.
get 2 rerolls with the horseman token.
And you're doing this with a 2 threat. It feels very good doing this with a 2 threat.
Yeah, I think hopefully. Oh no, Ben is choosing the wrong line. Come on, buddy. You got this. You got this. Oh,
Don't do it,
don't
Ben.
do it. Don't do
Is
it.
He's
Choose
letting
the fuck. Choose
Oh,
violence for once in your life.
Vodka. He's letting Jesus take the wheel.
He's
Th-
turning the other cheek, all right. Ugh. Where's the violence?
this man is known for the Unga Bunga, and he's choosing not
And
to.
he's not doing it. There we go.
Nothing.
Now Tolbert's
yeah.
on 1, and he's just delivered a point to Jane. And yeah,
And now next round, Luke Cage is gonna. Luke Cage is gonna stagger Apocalypse next round, right?
Of
I don't
course.
think we care. I think Jane just
No. Yeah.
raises code, takes the book, and
Yeah, but
Right.
Yep.
I think
Coach
Shadow
Jones
Marvel's
predicted.
gonna do it anyway, just as an extra fuck you to Ben.
Not everybody is like you, Mike. You know that, right?
Oh, enough people are.
Uh,
Listen, I played one event with Hellfire. How many events did you bring Webs to?
uh,
And then he hides behind the I love Spider-Man, guys. I've been a
Oh, he
Spider-Man
does love
fan.
Spider-Man.
okay. Hey, Mike. Go listen back
Where's
to your
the
podcast.
proof?
Go listen back to your fucking podcast, and you ask the question where I rank the Web Warriors. I'm not hiding. Like,
I just like trolling you. It's so easy. It's like our college football chat where I just drop a little just a little gasoline into that chat and just watch Ben and Sooner start arguing with each other. It's
It's
fucking
crazy. And all I'm doing is posting like meme and GIF and just like, what the fuck is going on right here?
yeah, that's the
And,
best.
and Mike just like really drops a match on the gasoline and walks away. Like he doesn't say anything else. Just drop the match, and then you don't see his name saying anything in the chat for like 20 or 30 lines.
Yeah, I'll just be like, "Oh, Sooner, isn't it bullshit how Ben spams the RB pass, like knowing that it's OP?" And then Sooner will say something, and then Ben will argue, and I just say nothing for for a good long while. I'll just message Patry separately. Dance, monkeys, dance.
Yeah, shouldn't go to bed. I'm not sure what Alyssa means.
Uh,
Because Jane wasn't checked out. She had activated, but Jane wasn't checked out by ShadowMarvel.
Yeah.
That's why I went to Ben, but Matthew has Prio.
Yeah, I think here if just Jane does his Toad, the victory is locked.
Yep.
Matthew also,
I don't know. Yeah?
What are they doing? Did they forget to press cleanup? Oh no, they used cleanup.
Yeah, it's a new turn. And he's debating using Steve first. I'm not sure about that. But maybe he sees a line we don't. But Steve is not getting away from anyone. I mean, it's still close. I mean, 1, 2,
I mean,
3.
with Jane, he could just walk, throw the dumpster, and attack Toad if he survives. And really just deny Ben points on that side.
Yeah, you can run in the corner, but because math-wise, I mean, if he remove Toads, like Ben has no way to go back to those 2 points, and he gets the book, so that'd be 3-point lockdown right there. So it'd be 18. So Ben would need the 3 books and the 2 points to tie.
You won't be able to get it, yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I'm not sure, but maybe there's a line I don't see, but I don't know what's the gain from going with Steve first.
I don't know. I'm really good at throwing away games that I should have locked up, so.
Yeah, we saw it against Nick. Like, that was epic, man.
Yeah, that was a
one
bad day.
One for the record, definitely.
I did a similar thing with Menard. It wasn't that nearly as bad, but I had a pretty big lead on Menard that I lost to.
Okay, he's going with Steve. I'm not sure I see the line, but maybe Matthew sees something we don't.
I think maybe he thinks Toad can't escape Jane just because she can move, charge, and
Maybe.
get him.
Yep. But I mean, at this point, if he thinks he's locking down 3 points, then he just needs to keep like.
Maybe Matthew is also not seeing the line we're talking about.
Maybe he's not. True.
Sometimes when your head is like too much in the game, you you blind yourself to some of your options. And
so what do you do here then as Ben?
Shake hands and rack.
Violence.
Jokes aside, I think you get rid of both Luke Cage and Iron Man.
Violence, like remove models.
Here, I think you spend for War on Apocalypse, build a ring, Iron Man. Like you go for.
You didn't use power, so no War.
Nope, I think here you spend for 3 rerolls. Like,
yep.
You burn everything.
Oh, he didn't. I mean, with no block, you just go for it. That's interesting.
That's definitely a mistake.
And is he 2 away? I didn't see the measurement.
Like, I think I would have spendered here. He didn't have enough power, but I think I would have builder with War just to make sure you get him. And like here we see another example of Ben missing
Right.
triggers, literally costing him the game.
Blocking 3, 4 with the R if he
He's
throws
gonna
dice. Yeah.
recal this, yeah, which I think he has to, but
At this point, yeah.
like he wouldn't have to burn those resources.
Literal
Get them.
5. Yep.
But I think
4, 3.
letting Luke Cage live again is really rough.
Now, the first one, he can use that to burn. He can KO a character to activate Apocalypse again, but I don't know if that gets him enough. I think he's thinking about it. I think he wants to maybe get into a position where he can go after Steve.
Oh, do you
He's
KO?
already
You
done
KO.
his 2 attacks, and if he plays, who do you KO?
Yeah, who do you KO? I mean, everything on the board still can help him, like in this game. Who do you KO?
I don't know,
You can
I'm pulling up
you
the
can
first one to
KO
reread it.
Deadpool. I
I think
think Beast is
realistically
still relevant.
KO Toad.
So
Yeah.
first one says Apocalypse may spend 4 power to play this card. Remove an activated token from Apocalypse, so he doesn't have to do it now. He can just set Apocalypse up, still maybe activate Beast, and then KO him.
I think you giving you a half activation because Beast is injured is not good.
So
That's why.
well, my question is, how does that work? Because Apocalypse gets staggered, but he's he's on his healthy side.
So he just gets staggered.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess you famine hop and you attack and you hope that your horsies push the damage through.
Which is like
I'm aware. I'm aware.
it's not great for them so far.
I'm not saying it's a great idea. I'm just saying it's an idea. At least this game's going a little bit smoother than the last time you and I streamed together, Simon. Do you remember that game?
I sure did.
Yeah, all 3 of us were there. Only 2 out of the 3 of us were still there at the end, though.
Yeah.
That was a game that if that had occurred during the school year, I might have.
Stop recording.
Yeah, I might have been like, I'm going to
Yep,
bed.
sure.
'Cause that was a over 3 hour game.
Yep. I was like a zombie at the end of that game.
Yeah, I think Ben here is not in the best position, but I think he still has a chance to come back in this game. Luke Cage into Beast.
Yeah, I think you remove his activation and really make it awkward for Ben. I mean,
I think that's probably the best case scenario.
yeah.
Because if he doesn't get Beast, it means you can probably just KO Toad and get to Steve. With the first one. And I think that's fine.
He's spending.
Probably
He's spending for rerolls on Beast.
Yeah. Which I think is the right call.
Blocking 2, so even if ShadowMarvel wanted to use his leadership, he wouldn't be pushing any damage through.
I think at this point you do Sweet Christmas and you slow stun him and send him away. Yep.
Yep, we're seeing the Sweet Christmas come.
Yeah, you just make him irrelevant a little bit.
Oh, that's a big hit. Showing 5, you can spend. Oh no, you can't modify the skull. So showing 5, blocking 2. Ben has 1 reroll available to him via the superpower.
He also has a
5 taking. I mean, I wouldn't reroll at that point. He's not dying. 5 2. I mean, I just get the power at that point.
I would use the power from Beast to reroll 1.
Sure.
Yes, that's what I was referencing.
Because he's still gonna get 4 power again, which means he can like move and flip 2 traps, like the one next to Deadpool, which kind of frees Deadpool to flip the trap north of Jane Foster.
So Beast will be slow and stunned, and he's thrown?
Yes. But like you spend your first action to clear the slow, then you just walk to the other point.
I think this is what I thought he was going to do. Yeah, he wants to try to walk and take a swing and a Steve with some rerolls and hope to get him. But I don't think he gets in range. Or maybe he does.
Yeah, just like throw him away. That's what I would do.
Oh, that's kind of spicy. I don't like throwing that way just because now, oh, he's looking at maybe. Oh, It's going to be interesting to see which way he throws. Because throwing here kind of lets Beast just Pender Luke Cage, then move towards the other point and flip it because he's on 5 power.
Notable too, I think if Beast flips that back point by Deadpool, Deadpool has available Famine Hop, Leg Day.
He's going to be 1 power short if he wants to flip the trap. So I think he
Yep.
can just like double move.
Why
Leg
would
Day.
no? I meant
No,
Beast can flip the trap. Deadpool can then double place to move towards Captain America and take some shots at him.
Oh, I think that's probably not the right call. Ooh, Toad into Jane.
Oh, this is.
Yeah,
Oh,
why
all
not
right.
enough
That
one?
is
Yeah.
all right. That's one way to do it.
2 blocks. Yeah, nothing's going through there.
Come on, Ben.
He used a Horseman token.
Why?
I think he wants to push, maybe to flip. I don't know. Oh wow, quad skull.
What would you guys have opened up with here? Would you
Apocalypse.
Apo, yeah, Apo.
Apocalypse?
Yeah.
I mean, you would have burned Beast.
I would have burned Toad. Because you know he's going down. And with Deadpool being able to flip the Northern Trap, like you edge your bets out, and you just have Apocalypse take away Captain America.
Oh yeah, because you're saying now Apocalypse won't be able to burn Toad.
Which means like Jane is just free to flip the points, get Toad, and still guarantee the win.
I think Ben is going for like Jane not flipping any points. I mean, it can still happen. The odds are low, but strangest things have happened.
Okay,
I don't dislike this.
Oh,
yeah, now he cares. Yeah, all right. I like the line better now.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Not true, because Toad turn is not over yet.
And Toad is healthy, so Apocalypse is not going to get staggered. Okay,
Nope.
Ben.
I stand corrected. Good job, Ben. I think I would still have not attacked Jane.
Oh, and he gets 3 Horseman tokens for that.
Yeah, of course.
Look at this brilliant bastard.
I still think I would have rather see like flip, double walk, flip, walk away furthest you can just to make it more awkward for Jane.
Yeah, I definitely see that line being better. I guess he was just trying to get the push to make that flip easier. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. If you just contested flip, walk, contested flip, run away.
How much power did he have? He had 4 power? Yeah. So you can flip, hop. So like he can flip, he can move, try to flip, hop, move away. So now Jane leaves both points uncontested here for Deadpool. If she wants to flip both points and grab the book.
The book.
Alright, well, looks like he's going to go with the safe play first. Well, he's the only play he has available, which is going with Jane.
But I have a question.
No reason to pass. You said you had a question?
No, but I mean, no reason to pass. I mean, I'd pass. I mean, there's only Deadpool that can get there, cannot grab the book, so...
I think that's what he was measuring, yeah, right?
Yeah, not getting there.
He already has one anyway, so.
Yep.
Right, now is the time that she whiffs.
That's why I would have passed twice and let like Ben has to go first. I mean, I don't see no rush for going first, but
With 2 medium move and a place 2, does Deadpool get to the bottom point? I think that's what Matthew's checking. He's definitely getting to the side point.
he's getting to that side point for sure. I mean, if he can get on top of the truck, I think I position
He has
myself
the
to make it.
first 2, so, like, he for sure makes it.
Yeah, for sure. But I think I'd put myself up top.
Yeah, to try to
make it
body
more
walk.
awkward. Yeah, to make it more awkward, but yeah, he's
But
getting
I
there.
think with double walk and the place, he can get to the bottom point.
Yeah, because he can use 2 tokens, and then use 2 power to leg day, and then move. He gets to the bottom trap for sure.
Ben might be able to take this home.
All depends on how well Steve blocks.
And on his own trap rolls.
Yep.
Do they not lock
mean,
those tokens down?
Jen has better odds than Deadpool. And there you go.
That's a huge whiff.
Wow, who called that?
I mean, you called it every trap, Mike. So
No, I only called it 3 times. All right, it was right on one. That's like
even a broken clock gets right twice a day.
Let me
Mike.
tell you something, Nick. Shooting 33%, that's good enough for me to make the All-Star team in baseball, baby. I had a 3.33 batting average. It's a fucking legend.
I think here, if you beast, you clear the slow and just go up top.
Yes, Jeff, that token definitely moved.
Sure did.
But I don't think it's going to make a difference. Because now, thankfully, he whiffed. I say thankfully. I actually don't have a dog in this race. I like both of these people.
Apocalypse still has to take care of Steve, right?
Yeah.
With 2 attacks, 5 horseman tokens, I sure hope he would.
So do I.
Dice be dice.
Yep.
That's true. It's Ben, so Ben's gonna roll like 5 skulls. But you know what though? He's not playing against the Shark Tank player. So
and Steve gets 6 dice twice, so he can get lucky too.
So D Geisman's in the chat. He asks, "What does failing that roll add to the game?" What you don't understand is that I'm just a well-known hater in the local community.
No, yeah, you're just a pure hater. Period. Like he gets it and gets a power. I mean, not really relevant at this point.
But if Deadpool flips the bottom trap, Ben at least ties.
4, 5 with the book. 1, 2 book. Yeah. That's 18.
Oh, it's 5-3. He ties, right? It goes.
It's gonna be 2. Matthew's gonna have 2 books. That's it.
Yeah, if he gets it, so 2 for leg day. Horsemen.
1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5. So that's 18. That's game. He flips it. That's game. He doesn't even need to go after Steve.
Yeah, that's true. Will Ben get it? That's likely, but not impossible.
Of course. And that game.
Wow. Now I feel bad for rooting for that to miss out. I really wanted to see Apocalypse go into Steve. I ruined it.
I think we're gonna see it regardless.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to have your cake and eat it.
Yeah.
We'll make sure Paul's game to tell Matthew that you rooted.
Oh no, they're not within 2.
Yep. We'll make sure to tell Matthew you rooted against him all game.
I'm rooting for blood and violence from the Apocalypse side. It's just Ben's a man after my own heart. Magneto player, an Apocalypse player. Oh yeah. Some damage coming in there.
You spent 4 rerolls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it 3?
There's only 1 block. Yeah, it's 3 max.
Yeah, up to 3.
5, so 4 damage. Yep, and then you only need to push 1 through on the second attack.
Chat, how do we feel about the horseman tracking? The Evo tokens. Are we a fan of the system we've developed here?
Beautiful.
I think you need better picture of horses, but whatever.
I got it for next time. Hopefully we get some Apocalypse players in the cuts.
So at that point, okay, whatever. You didn't put any, but it didn't make that difference. So 4, no damage. So you use horses. So 4, yes, 2, he needs to push 3 through.
He only has the 1 horseman token.
Yeah, he spent 3 on the last attack.
So yeah.
So Ben's gonna pull it out. We didn't get to see a dead Steve, which is what I was looking forward to, but it's okay.
See, for me the game was over. I wouldn't even have played Apocalypse.
But we know Ben. He's partial.
Yeah, no, I'm more talking about Mike. Maybe he didn't do the math or anything. I'm more talking about Mike and his thirst for blood.
Yeah. Well, they're talking about. I guess we could. Oh. Yep. I guess we can join them.
Yep.
Hey guys.
I think we go one more round, right? Like, because well, assuming because then Deadpool's role would have gotten it, assuming that would happen. So then it would have been like, I don't know.
It'd be flipped. Yeah, because I'd be down 1,
and I would have won. Yeah, so it all came down to that one. Jin's been brutal. Was brutal this game for me.
Yeah,
that was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, it was a fun game to play.
Yeah,
Ben, Matthew. Hi guys.
Hi.
Look, I don't know who we got to freaking talk to, Patry, about these dice. You know, we need to talk to Carl or something. Holy
Hey,
crap.
Ben.
All right,
Ben, calm down. If we look at the game, dice had no effect. It was 2 players playing positioning, and that's how you won the game, and that's how Matthew pushed you to the brink. I mean, leave the dice out of it. Leave the dice out of it.
Oh, I was crying. I just need someone to blame. I don't know who to blame.
Blame Mike. Mike's been hating the whole game, so blame Mike.
If you watch that game,
anyone, you won. You won the game. Why are you blaming anyone?
I need to be mad. It's Rightmad. It's in the name.
You took us.
You're wrong to be mad now.
We questioned very little of what Matthew did that game, Ben, but you took us on quite the roller coaster ride.
Yeah. If you watch that game, everything I said is with love.
Oh yeah. What'd you think of that first one play? Right. Sneaky.
Yeah, you got us on that one because we were actually we were hating on you. We're like, oh, what is he doing? And then when you sacrificed Toad and got the 3 tokens, we're like, oh, all right, well,
all right, you got
that
it.
one up.
Yeah, but okay, Matthew first. Like, I just want to congratulate you on a great game. I mean, you really after the first turn, it was looking bleak for you, and you played great positioning, and I think you put yourself in a position to win. 4 dice on an uncontested flip, you'll take that bet anytime to have a chance to win. So I just want to put it out there. You played a great game.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Matt played an amazing game, and like I said, Jane kind of farted a little bit, but
Jane farted a lot of it. Let's move on.
She farted a lot of it. You played really, really well. You played around Archangel. Like I said, I think that play to try to threaten either side of the board, you were able to kind of really just deal with him. So yeah, man, definitely put me in a lot of positions where it was like, I can't make optimal plays here.
But Ben, to be honest, looking at that game, Arku, he was there? I didn't see him.
He didn't do anything. He didn't attack.
Arku?
No idea who you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I was playing 4 threat down. Really is.
The problem with Archangel is he's so flimsy, right? That's the thing.
Yes.
I was trying to take advantage of that with Jane. It wasn't quite enough because I thought that 2 dice 4 throws into him would have been enough, but Jane said, "No, don't worry about it. We won't let that happen for him."
Ben,
we'll let Luke Cage be the hero of the day.
Yeah, we had
that was really one effective recal.
Yes,
yeah,
that
right?
recal.
Yeah,
fucking recal.
Just pulled it out of my ass.
At the top of the round, Ben, I think it was round 5 or 4, I forget, you had opportunities to go into cage first, but chose not to. And I think that gave Matthew some more life there. And then choosing to move Toad down ended up working out for you. But did you consider at all attacking Luke Cage with Toad?
With that superpower?
Yes, but I'm an idiot, so I chose to do the books instead. Part of me was thinking I wanted him to be here position wise because I was confident that if Jane wanted to chase Toad down or if someone wanted to chase Toad down, then I'm really okay with that. Obviously, Toad or the 2-threat, if it's Honey Badger, is the target for the first one. So I'm really just trying to hold that as long as possible. I was really nervous when I thought about doing it the previous round, but I didn't feel confident that I could put the game away at when I would trigger that. So it would have really come down to Toad. If he would have flipped that over Jane, I might have thought about doing the first one then. And while Steve was right there, and I didn't really have to kind of do a whole bunch of shenanigans to deal with. I could have used War on Apocalypse to kind of guarantee a little bit more damage consistency. The struggle with Apocalypse having to choose one horseman and not having access to all of the horseman powers. One is probably a good balanced decision, but it really makes it difficult because Matt was doing a great job of moving or positioning Apocalypse down, which is obviously his big weakness.
But I think that's what makes him fair, though.
I completely agree. Yeah, if he had access to all of the horseman abilities, he'd be kind of nuts. So, but that was kind of my game plan with Toad. So I'm probably like 20, 25 games in with Apocalypse now, and I have found trying to hold first one as long as possible, while also disincentivizing people to attack, your 2-threat extract carrier, and putting him in a weird position so he's not really contributing to the game a whole bunch, helps me achieve that game plan as effectively as I think I've seen it. So. Because if he's in the fight, Jane just throws stuff at him, and I probably burned Brace a little too early, but I was just afraid of, man, if he goes down, it really ruins that first one play. I mean, first one really, at least in my mind, messes with how I want to kind of keep Toad alive throughout the game. So the things I try to do to keep him alive maybe is too much.
That's why you used it. I mean, you question why you used it so early, which Jane on the board and like big Terran. So that's why you really wanted to keep your first one play alive.
Yes. Yep. I'm trying to keep that alive as long as possible.
Yeah. That makes a more and more sense now that we know the context of why you used it that early.
Yeah. Playing Apocalypse, at least in the games that I've played, it's so structurally different than how I normally play MCP. Which is cool. It's been a super fun ride for me to just kind of think about MCP in a little different way. So,
if you either of you or both of you watch it back, so 2 things you have to remember. Like Mike kept yelling at you to do more violence, Ben. He thought you didn't do enough violence, and Matthew was just always cheering for you to miss your pay to flip. Just putting it out there.
I missed. I wasn't cheering for it. I was calling for it. I expected to see a missed pay to flip play a factor, and was I right?
Yeah. Only on one side. I'm just putting out there.
I
pay to flip
called
right,
that
guys?
specific one. I called it that he was going to miss that one at some point, and I was right. A profit.
Thanks for that,
Matt. I will say that watching this game made me want to paint Steve 3. Like just seeing you stagger him a couple of times with the consistency. Like guaranteeing, like I haven't really seen Steve 3 on the table much. I mean, you and I played a game a while back, but Jane here, like, Jane here, like, seems really cool. Like both fun thematically, and like she seems like she slots in kind of nicely. I don't know if you have any comments you want to add. Is it purely just because you like the model, or do you think she really fits in well?
For Jane, so I'm trying not to be too results based, where I'm like, okay, well, she didn't do great this game, so I'm going to toss her in the trash. That's not a great way to analyze it. So this is my first game playing Jane, and part of the reason why I played Steve in this game was because like I'm on a Midnight Suns kick right now, but I'm kind of like I knew that Ben was going to play Apocalypse, and I wanted to play Jane, and I haven't played her yet, and I knew that having a size 4 leader meant that I could use Jane. At this specific crises, I don't know if I would have brought her on this specific crises, but I was forced to anyway because I've, my notions. But I think that she is great for Steve in general. She used to be Thor, like the old Thor, because the Steve list. One thing the Steve list doesn't really have a lot of interaction with is in size 4, and outside of like Iron Man pushing a size 4 away, but other than that, she can't really do that. We don't really have any way to throw size 4 terrain. Like we don't really have a way to interact with that, and that's also fine if you have a different solution to it. But Thor was my solution to that, especially if I had to go up the middle into like defenders or something. The thing that Jane brings that I think makes her potentially better than Thor, even if she is not affiliated, which is a crime against humanity, and shame on AMG, shame on AMG, is that range 3 strike.
Yep.
Because one of the problems with Thor is that Thor kind of like, he's like, all right, round 1, doopy doopy doop, I'm going to move to this point, and that's my turn. Maybe if it's infinity, I can dupe to dupe and throw a hammer. That's my turn. And that's kind of all he could really do. But with Jane can follow suit with what a lot of the other characters on this team, like Iron Man, Beast, Steve, they can move and threaten the midline and also still be able to get the trigger. So she can move up and not just doopy doopy doop, she can engage in the scenario, engage in the game, engage in the board state, and also potentially gain more power to fuel her stuff. That wasn't really in play here. Maybe if I lost priority, I would have had her up the middle to see whoever goes to try to grab this, probably Toad, I guess. So she has more play with Steve, and also the spender, which didn't really happen because she didn't really do much this game, and I didn't really get I didn't get any power. I was actually kind of mathing out, trying to like when Archangel and Deadpool were there, I was like, okay, if I like hit one person and leave them alive, but I get enough power, but I have enough power to like spender and then electric shock and then just like auto kill, like somebody, but I just killed Archangel instead.
Yeah, but I really like, for what you said, like her having 2 triggers that you can enable with Steve, but she can like take her building. I think she's a great fit there, and yeah, I like the inclusion of her in that list for sure.
Yeah.
Well, all right, fellas. Appreciate you letting me stream the game. I'm trying to get back into this, and I had 0 success getting TTS League players to hop on. So, Ben, I appreciate you reaching out and letting me know you guys are playing, and Matt, I always appreciate you letting me stream your games.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I gotta say one last thing. A little shout out.
For sure.
Little shout out. Shout out to Warpath.
Yeah, Warpath.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to the patch today.
Yeah.
Shout out for the changes today. We're all happy about it.
Yeah,
the anti-fallback.
No, we're not all happy about
We are all happy. We're all happy about it, Ben.
Not all.
You can lie to yourself, but not to us.
Ben,
Not
were you playing Research Station in Apocalypse?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
All right.
I was playing Research Station in this list. I had 3 changes I had to make to this list. Like literally 10 minutes before this match.
So what was the other 2 changes? Researcher, then you put in Warpath, and what was the other change?
And fallback was in there.
Okay, and you kept Sacrifice and Brace. Okay.
Kept Sacrifice and Base, and then because I took fallback out, I was like, okay, and there was other change. I think I swapped in Survival and Warpath, and I dropped fallback, and I think something else. I don't remember what it was. Some other card. Because I felt like without fallback it wasn't going to work. I don't remember what it was. I'll check my jar.
But I love Warpath on Steve.
Yeah.
I think it gives you an option of either charge or that, depending on what you need, depending on what is his turn. And other characters like Luke, it's a great card for Luke, and you use it on Luke. So I think it's a great fit for that list.
Yeah.
And at
Right
some points, it makes you save Avengers Assemble for like you can use Warpath and keep Avengers Assemble for later. Anyway, I think it's a great fit.
There's sometimes I use Avengers Assemble just for one model, and
Of
so
course.
in that regard, it's kind of like two Avengers Assembles in that
Yep.
use case.
Anyway, thanks guys. That was a great game.
When you think about it, Matt, everything's like Avengers Assemble, right? Yeah, it's just
Yeah, I think the Heroes for Hire is kind of like Avengers Assemble. It moves him,
yeah, moves him. Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
Avenger. It's great. Yeah.
If
Right.
anybody out there is watching this and wants to appear on stream, please let me know. It doesn't matter. I don't need 4-0s in the TTS League. 2-2s, 3-1s are just as fun to stream. So hit me
Probably
up.
more fun because you get to see matches like this instead of just
Yeah, no,
Fire.
this was a really enjoyable stream. So if you guys are out there, please let me know. All right. Thank you guys again.